Happy holidays from Angela from S.M.A.A.R.T.Mom. Thanks for joining me for November. This is our timeout video for November. I will not be having a timeout at our local coffee shop next month. However, I will be making our timeout video for December, so please visit me back for December and its video, because we will be touching base on, you guessed it, charts. I know everybody's familiar with this. If you have a child with autism, this is one of their most favorite things, and I've used it to kind of help me get through actually through grocery stores and, you know, that big old store Walmart that everybody seems to love. Well, this is a great helping hand to get Dustin through that store and actually getting everything I need on my list. Smaller stores, I use this. I'll give you a little bit more detail on that and how it works and how it can work for you. So you'll have to come back and see me in December and check out my video for that, and then I'll give you more of those details and see if that helps you a little bit too. In the meantime, we're talking today about the Hello Book. The Hello Book is something I started with Dustin a little while back. I actually have a smaller version I had made up, but I'm going to talk about the bigger version at this point because it is something I've actually given to the school, and I really find it helpful for times like now with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. Holidays are really hard for these guys, and it really throws things off. The schedules aren't typical because they have their school vacation holidays and they're going to be home. So moms, please stay on routine because it is going to help you tremendously find things for these guys to do. If you don't have anything now, you still have a little bit of time, so make sure you have a plan or else you're going to go out of your mind. I do crafts, I do his schoolwork still at home. Now with the Hello Book, getting back to that, this is something I brought to the school where Dustin goes. He's in a great high school, but he was with a new teacher, he was with new subs, and they aren't familiar with Dustin. So I really thought it was important they do that so we can get him through a full day. So let me just have you step over with me to the table, and we're going to look over the Hello Book, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this and see if it helps you as well as it's helped me. Now in the front, you can see there's a picture of Dustin. It says his full name. This is just basically letting us know about autism and the symptoms, but most people know what that is, and if you don't, I do have cards that I'd be more than happy to send to you. This here is a medication in me. Now, I am one of those people that don't put my son on medication even though he has autism. My theory is if you have no idea what caused autism, how can you cure it with a medication that, well, you don't know what caused? So unless it's non-invasive, unless it's homeopathic, I do not even bother with it with Dustin. I'm into 14 years later, and I seem to be doing just fine. Now these are foods he likes, foods he doesn't like, and these are foods that I don't allow him to have, which is definitely milk at this point. He does become extremely aggressive, so that is something I do not give him. We have a contact sheet. We have things that calm me. We have things that upset me. And this is basically giving the person who is around him a heads up of what can help us and help Dustin at the same time. This is reading the signs of trouble ahead. These are things that usually set Dustin off. Dustin is a self-abuser, which basically he tends to hand bite his own hand. And he does that a lot of the times when he gets frustrated, unfortunately, and that's one of those things we're working on. But then getting over here, we've got do's and don'ts, things that Dustin's afraid of. Dustin is not potty trained, so these are things that I've kind of informed someone about. Dustin's afraid of animals. So I don't know what's caused that, but moms, if your child's afraid of something, try not to veer away from it. They're not going to get through it and get over it if you don't hit it on head on. Dustin's afraid of animals, so we go to the zoo. We go to petting zoos. Anything where he has to confront that fear. Things that I'm really good at. These are great ideas for when you're trying to distract Dustin, or if he's just bored and needs something to do. Things that he needs assistance on. That's always a plus for especially substitute teachers. This is just a picture I came across that like everyone has those big bottles of change laying around. Well, Dustin found mine, and made a Walt Disney Pictures production picture, and I just thought that was the neatest thing that he made. I mean, you can actually see Walt Disney Pictures in the castle, and I just thought that was really unique. We also have what Dustin means. We go to Walmart, Dustin calls it the blue store. If we go to Target, he calls it the red store. This is just a good heads up for people if he comes up to them and they're just not clueless about what he's asking for. And then of course we've got his daily schedule. That really helps get him through these holidays. Moms, if you don't have one, I strongly suggest you make one up. They're not difficult to make. And then of course the people that are familiar to him. Now, I did make a smaller version, which I had mentioned. I made this a few years back. Unfortunately, I was in a car accident, and I was knocked unconscious. But fortunately, Dustin was not with me. So it did make me stop and think things through more clearly, though, because if he was with me, how is the emergency personnel going to handle him? Because I don't know how Dustin's going to react in a situation like that. So I decided to make up the mini version to put into his bag, and I carry this with me everywhere religiously, just in cases such as that. And you can see it's the same situation, same pages. I do keep them updated because his behaviors do tend to change. But like you can see, they are identical. And it's just a small, handy form of it. And just an additional, I've added this decal, which I'll peel it back for you. But this is something I've put into my vehicle on the driver's side, usually right up in the front view of the window. So if emergency personnel comes up to it, they're going to see this and immediately know that there's a child or an adult person with autism, and they're going to be able to address that. But just to make sure, because Dustin is getting bigger now, I've added on the back there his name, my phone number, my husband's name and phone number, and I have what you can see in the Leonard right here. He has keys, is what I call them, around his neck. They're actually dog tags, and to him they're called keys, but they are the dog tags that are attached to that basically tell the emergency personnel that he has autism. It tells his name. It also gives emergency phone numbers to contact someone else if they can't contact me, and in this case they couldn't. So it's a nice way of feeling, just give you a little bit more peace of mind, because things like that happening, nobody wants to hear about it, but it is something you have to prepare for and cover all bases. So I do have these great decals. I have a few of them. I have them actually made up myself. They're not hard to get through other networks, but I'd be more than happy to help you out. We'd send you one or two if you need one. As far as the other charts, again, we're not having a timeout meeting at the nearby coffee shops next month. I do intend on doing the video. And once again, please come back and visit me in December to see the video. I know everybody needs to get the ham and the Christmas dinner stuff together, and God forbid if you can't find anybody to watch that child or your teen to go to the grocery store, why bother? You can do it yourself, you can take them with you, and they would be such a great help. So come back and see me in December so I can show you how to use the chart. It's not hard to make, and hopefully it'll be as helpful to you as it has been to me. Have a great holiday. Look forward to seeing you. Take care.